Portland, Oregon's a war-ravaged city. Send in the National Guard. So says Donald Trump. He says that there are fires everywhere, and consequently he's going to provide all the necessary troops to protect this war-ravaged Portland. The major cities' chief association data, however, shows that in Portland there has been a 51% reduction in homicides, 17% overall reduction in violent crimes, robberies are down 10%, sexual assaults have decreased 12%. Portland is not a war-ravaged city. The publication The Hill reports the following. State officials say they are having no trouble managing protests of ICE facilities with their existing law enforcement resources. The city of Portland and the state of Oregon have sued Donald Trump's intervention, and in that suit, they say the following. The ICE facility protests have generally been small and are frequently sedate. On any given weekend, the nightlife in Portland's entertainment district warrants greater Portland Police Bureau resources than have the small nightly protests in front of the ICE facility a few blocks away. Elizabeth Gotthein, national security law expert at the Brennan Center for Justice, says the following. Under no plausible reading could this state of affairs be characterized as war. A CNN report says, the president's years-old view of the city may be influenced by his own media habits. He first began floating the idea of a Portland deployment of the National Guard troops on the same day that Fox News aired a story about the protests that mixed recent footage of standoffs at the ICE facility with older footage of the downtown in protests in 2020. I didn't know that was still going on, Trump mused on September 5th. So what is the conclusion? Every city where Trump has deployed troops so far, prior to that deployment, has experienced a plummeting reduction in violent crime. Trump is clearly trying to provoke violent confrontations with National Guard troops, police, and ICE agents, not quell non-existent insurrections and mass violent protests. Now, as a corollary to this, Jennifer Rubin has written a Substack essay, and the headline of that is that the United States is not a functional democracy. And I'm just going to read you a short introductory paragraph. We are no longer at a tipping point or an inflection point. We are no longer sliding towards autocracy. Donald Trump no longer aspires to be an autocrat. Last week, in case you had any doubt, the Trump regime went full-bore authoritarian. We cannot accurately describe the current United States government as a functional democracy. My question is this. On October 18th, we are supposed to have a mass demonstration in the United States under the theme No Kings 2.0. We've already had a mass demonstration, very successful, on the No Kings theme. Why we're doing No Kings again is a bit of a question mark for me, for sure, because as Jennifer Rubin has just demonstrated, we are in the midst of an authoritarian takeover of our government. So why are we not using the theme, No Police State? I have been calling for that for at least 3 months, and we're still not hearing from those who are organizing these demonstrations to change the theme from No Kings to No Police State. I really hope we do change the theme, because that is the critical issue that we are now faced with.